Hi, everybody. Welcome to Big Valley Living. I'm Michelle.
And I'm JJ. Howdy.
How's everybody doing today? I think we got our sound issues all set up last week. And I'm looking for my link right now. And I've been told that if I move around, I have to keep this microphone in front of me the whole time.
Yeah, like right there is fine.
That works? Okay, cool. Hey, Teresa, how are you? How are you feeling? I'm gonna mess around here just for a second. I guess at the beginning of this, it's a good time for us to say thanks to everybody who's here. Hey, Cindy, thanks for joining us. Thanks for everybody who isn't here. Hey, oh my gosh, hey Nana, Lisa, Teresa, I'm doing okay. I've got my sack on today, so I haven't slept very much in the last. What are we at, JJ? About almost 36 hours. So
Yeah, I haven't slept much either. Hey,
no,
Teresa.
you haven't. I'm a little loopy today, so we're gonna do our best to get through it.
It's so funny you say it like it's a new thing. It's like, hello.
It is a new thing every time I haven't slept enough. And I kept thinking, oh, I'm gonna sleep so well, or I'm gonna read a book. Nah. But anyway, we are looking for a storm tonight, so it's going to be nice. But what I wanted to say was if you're listening to this on the podcast or you are watching this at a later time, I just want to thank everybody for coming in, and especially to everybody who is actually here right now, too. We will start out by I'm going to give you like an overview because Wednesdays are pretty much going to be the day I'm going to be open to talking about the cancer treatment and all that kind of stuff. But we'll talk about what we're doing because we're releasing videos now like we have in the past, just showing what we do, how we live our lives. Because quite frankly, I've had cancer since the whole time we've been on here. We just didn't talk about it that much at first. But we've had quite the storms. We had a really nice thunderstorm, which California doesn't get that much. We had a really nice thunderstorm or a series of 2 or 3, don't you think, hon, on Monday?
What's that?
The good thunder and lightning storm that we had.
Yeah, it boomed a little bit. We haven't had those in quite a while. We haven't had any thunderstorms in a long time.
It was awesome.
For sure.
I mean, like it was long, rumbly thunder. It wasn't like, well, there were a couple of claps when it was right overhead, but then they just rumbled and rumbled for like 15 seconds. That was awesome. That's what I miss about the East Coast over there where you guys are. Praying lady! Oh my gosh. Okay, I have been hoping you were going to be here. How are you doing? I thought about you. I have been praying for you every day, talking about you every day. I'm feeling really good. Thank you. I'm feeling really good. I hope you're doing well. I'm assuming that you are logging in from a hospital room right now. I don't know. Yeah, I bet you're sore. I honestly can't imagine.
I bet she's sore.
Tuber chat. Hey, Tuber chat. Hi. That's nice you guys to pop in. We're talking about just, how we all are dealing, some of us with cancer. Some people have it in their families. I know Dale and Nana, Dale's dad, they're at 9 Acre Family Farms. And Praying Lady just had a surgery, pretty major surgery there, double mastectomy. So I'm so glad that you're in here today. I really am. I didn't expect to see you up and at 'em like this so quickly. Lynn, hi, how are you? And Tuber Chat, thank you so much for sharing on Reddit. That's very, very sweet. Okay. Oh, 30 beds. Wow. Okay. Oh, I'm just so happy to see you in there. I cannot tell you how I have goosebumps. I have goosebumps. Um, so lots of you guys live on the East Coast there. So um yeah, they do, don't they? The comment is pain beds do wonders, and they sure do. Um it's nutty how those things work, and you can still function to a certain extent. And yeah, I don't have pain meds, but this time around, I got nauseous yesterday afternoon. I don't know, probably about 5 o'clock. We didn't get home until from infusion. It was a long one. I don't think we got home until what, 2:15, honey?
Yeah,
Ish.
it was a little later than normal
It was
because
almost an 8.5 hour day, and with travel time, it was a full on work day. But and then I had a different infusion nurse, so I'm going to show you guys. Man, I am well, okay. Well, it doesn't matter. It's just a bra strap. But man, that dude has me all hooked up. It's crazy. Okay, ready? He's just, I mean, like tape and tubes. But it's going quicker than it did last time and the time before that. And I don't get to go in till 1 o'clock to get this done. So tomorrow. So I'll be hooked up for a while, probably go out and do some gardening or something. I just hope to take advantage, I guess, as much as possible. I got a lot of laundry done last night on the meds, the steroids, and I got a couple loads of dishes done. So I didn't waste the time. But when you're nauseous, I didn't even feel like reading a book that I bought. So, but I've got breakthrough meds and I'm learning how to work with them. So we're all good.
I need to unleash you in the in the yard when you're doing.
I like right now, I would later, actually, if it doesn't start raining, it's not supposed to start raining until around 10. I am actually, JJ, hoping to go out and do a little bit of weeding out by Tom, the Awari
Yeah.
Satsuma. We name our trees, you guys. Is that crazy? Does everybody else name their stuff? Thank you very much. We're all going to keep strong. We're all in this together, kids. We are all in this together, and we're going to do it, do it, do it. I want to bring something up. This is a carryover from last week because it was a question that was asked of me. Purring lady, you had asked me. Okay, I do too. You had asked last week if we knew anything or had heard anything about the caps. My hair is starting to fall out a little bit. I mean, like I just see more in the sink right now. I won't be able to take a shower till I get this all stuff undone tomorrow. But I did spray it down with water, and I am seeing a little bit more falling out. But you had asked about the cold cap. So I asked a couple of different nurses. There weren't any people in there that I could ask when I was there yesterday, but there are places that rent them. Some people buy their own. Some infusion centers offer the use of them. And she told me that the best she has seen is that it prolonged people from their hair loss. But then she also said that it could have been that they weren't putting it on properly. She said there are so many variables, it would be hard to say why it did or didn't work better for some people than others. So it's a kind of a non-answer answer, you know? Oh yeah, Lynn. Yeah. I'm finishing up my third round of it's called Full Fury plus Avastin. So right now I have 5FU in this. I'll show you guys my apple. You can see it live. So it's in a dark thing because it's, UV sensitive. So I'll just keep it out for a second. But I can show you because it only takes a second. Okay. There you can see. Oh, okay. So You don't want to see that part. Okay. So it looks like an apple. Okay. And this thing is full and round when it's full, but it shrinks. And by tomorrow, this isn't really a good image of
By
it.
tomorrow, you'll just see that
You'll
core
see
right
that there's
there.
like a dark core in there and everything will be gone. In fact, it's almost gone now. I'm almost down to the apple core. So I think that the infusion guy that hooked me up yesterday might have just put it at a more rapid rate of release into my system. And I am actually wondering if that's why I'm nauseous this time. Because I only had that 1 minute of breakthrough nausea on week 1, and it was brief. But this one I'm probably going to do a brat diet in a couple of days, starting tomorrow. I kind of started it last night. Bananas, rice, applesauce, and toast. And then you can have like jello and stuff like that. It says very clearly it's not a kind of diet that's sustainable. It's just like a 1 to 2 day diet to reset your stomach and give it a break from anything that's making it kind of upset. But I will say that water is my friend. And as soon as that glass of ice water is gone, I'm moving on to the hard stuff. I'm going to do the San Pellegrino water. You can get a great deal on it at Costco by the case, by the way. So, okay. Very good. So, Purring Lady said that she got the same kind of information I did. Hey, thank you, Nana, for dropping Kevin at Tuber Chat. I do appreciate it very much. Very, very much. You guys are really very helpful and everything. I just kind of got out of posting and still pop in on the weekends and see how things are going. Okay, so this is good information. If you're bringing your own, you also have to supply dry ice. And if not applied completely, you can still have patches missing. Yeah, so you're going to just deal with the hair loss. That's where I'm at, you know. They don't talk about it even being used for colon cancer patients, but it's always people women who've had uterine cancer, ovarian cancer, and then breast cancer seem to be the people who have benefited from it the most. But I think that your meds just like your hair just goes like real quickly. That's my friends that have had mastectomies. That's what happened and did chemo.
All I know is I'm looking at my chrome dome here, and I haven't missed it for a long time.
Well, the nice thing is that I cut JJ's hair for him. So if he ever has a bad hair day, it's because I didn't go cut it for him. But we have the Oster clippers, and when did we talk about this like Sunday? Because I was kind of down in the dumps. I say I won't mind, and then I do mind, and I get freakish, and my head was itching real bad, and I just had a minute. And we decided that if I see quite a bit come out, it'll either be this week or next week, according to my doctor when I saw him on Thursday last week. I'll just have JJ shave it. We'll have a little shave fest. And if it's not raining, we'll do it outside, and if it's raining, we'll do it in the dining room and clean it all up. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you. And I'm sure you're praying for Praying Lady as well. But yeah, if we get to the shaving fest, you might see a pop-up live, or we may just tape it. I don't know. It'll depend on my state of mind at the moment. But we'll just put on some fun music and have it in the back.
Hey, Derek. Hey, Christine.
Hey, Derek. And yes, chemotherapy is poison, and it will kill all cells to start us at ground zero. But I think
isn't that why you take some of these other things with it? Because it kind of makes it so that it really targets the cancer cells. Because
the Avastin does that. Yeah, it makes just to my understanding. I am not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional. Never have been. Never will be.
Never played one on TV?
Never played one on TV, and neither did JJ. I better put this out there. I am a cancer patient, and I'm going through chemotherapy, and I just feel like it's an important discussion for all of us to have as well as bringing awareness for all cancers, minus colorectal. We have someone in here who has breast cancer. So, cancer is cancer, and it does suck. It sucks. But I like having a community of people who can talk about it, and, just keep moving on, because that's what we all have to do. We're all going to die of something, honest to goodness. And we all have our own story to tell. And this is just part of mine. It's part of Purring Lady.
Yeah.
We're
not getting out of this bad boy alive. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. And yes. Yeah. I like the fact that it's HER so that they're, for women. I mean, female cancers, if you will. Anyway, I had to say hi to Derek as well. Hi, Derek. So we went out Sunday, JJ. Was that the day that we went over to the garden center, or is it Saturday?
Boy, let me think.
Over the weekend.
Over the weekend. I think it was Sunday, actually.
We went to the garden center because they were expecting blackberry. We went to one garden center because they were expecting blackberries to be delivered on Friday, and their delivery didn't happen. So we went over to the other garden center that we really like. Hey, Mitzi, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Good news, Mitzi. You see Purring Lady's in here. She's healing. I'm so happy that she's here and she's feeling well. So we went and we ended up getting 2 blackberries or 3. Did we get 3?
We got
3 of each.
2 of one kind and 1 of another. That's more of a bush, right?
So we got 3 blackberries, thornless blackberries. And you say what we got because this was your choice. The other ones.
Oh, and then we got 3 boysenberries.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I need to get those in the ground. I'm just waiting for it to stop raining and being wet.
Yeah. We might be able to get those in this afternoon. That might be the best thing to do. And then we bought a couple of wrought iron trellises to put them on, because we're going to have this one long bed that will be bordered by our asparagus patch at one end and beets and radishes at the other end. And then it's a long, narrow bed. And we'll have a garden update video coming out in the next week, so you'll see it. But there will be boysenberries at one end on a trellis, blueberries in between, just bushing. And then at the other end, there will be a trellis that'll have the blackberries. Then we have a 40-foot row of raspberries? 25,
it's about 30 feet, actually.
So we have a row of raspberries out in a different part of the yard, and we just planted them last year, and we got a lot of raspberries. I didn't expect that. We need to trim those back. We have to get the old canes out. And then, JJ, what did you just order for me because you love me so much?
Oh, green stalk.
So we have never had any
strawberries in it.
Yeah, we've never had luck with strawberries, you guys. That snails and slugs get to them, and I don't want to keep putting diatomaceous earth all around. It's because every time they get wet, you have to put more down. And I don't use Sluggo or any of that stuff. I put Sluggo around some herbs one time, and when I picked the herbs, even though I washed them really well, my tongue went numb. So I think I'm allergic to anything that gets that Sluggo stuff in it. We threw it out and I never got it again.
Yeah.
Rebecca, thank you for coming in. Hi. Thank you for coming in and welcome.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point where it's if I'm going to plant something, it's going to feed me in one form or another. We just did a little bit of work out front as well, put in some grass, but I also put in
another Eureka lemon.
A Eureka lemon and a gold nugget mandarin.
And that's a late mandarin. Usually mandarins are ripe anywhere from November. That's when they have a mandarin festival in the foothills here. from November through about January, and they'll hang on until February on the trees. But this one doesn't get ripe until about March. So we'll have a nice, they're like those little cuties that you buy at the store. That's how they described them on the card that came with them. But our nectarine tree is blooming. It's not real big. We'll probably get a half a dozen to a dozen nectarines this year, but we'll get them the day that they're ripe. We don't have to buy those things that you get at the store and have to put in a bag until you forget. That's my
Yeah, because we planted a lot of trees last year, so they won't really produce a whole bunch. They won't, they're just
But we'll get
babies.
enough. I mean, at least we planted them.
The way everything is in the world and everything, I'm like, if I'm going to put a tree in, in 5 years or whatever, hopefully it'll pay off for us,
Uh-huh. That's a good idea. I didn't know that. So, like what purring ladies use new animal shavings around her strawberries because the snails and slugs don't like crawling on that material. And we actually sometimes do throw shavings and the clean straw as mulch because it kind of wards off the real bright sunlight and it keeps the soil moist. But we'll be doing regular updates because right now our garden is really exciting. We don't have any vegetables planted yet. I have to get those going. In fact, you see this see that box behind me? We got that at the cost. No, we got it at Home Depot, didn't we?
Yeah.
We bought that at Home Depot, and it's one of those heavy duty shelving units, and it's going to be to that side of me. So when we have it put up, we're going to put in seedlings and everything that will go outside, and then we're also going to grow microgreens and herbs and cool season vegetables indoors all summer. That is the goal. That is the goal.
Yeah, you're right, Mitzi.
And then those are the little thingies. I'll show you guys. But we just have to keep moving forward. These are pretty cool things. They came from Greenstock. If we like their products, I'm going to see if we can be an affiliate. But I want to know that I like it before I approach them. But yeah, we're going to have raised beds this year, which we haven't. We have a few that you built the last time that I had infusion. When Michelle starts going through cancer treatments, JJ gets his hammer and nails and saws out, and he becomes super builder. So I think that's wonderful, actually, though, honey. I do.
Well, it's a good way to it's a good way to release a little bit of tension.
Well, and you keep planting plants and you keep planting trees so that I'll stick around and enjoy them with you.
Hey, whatever works.
I am really hoping this year to have enough apricots because that tree is a rapid grower. I'm hoping to have enough apricots to have one batch of apricot pineapple jam. That's my favorite jam in the whole world. And you can't really buy it anymore. It's always just plain apricot, which is fine. But Smucker's that was one of their most famous flavors for a long time. So I'll just make my own. And yeah, I just wanted to highlight Mitzi DeLuca's comment here. Cancer affects, and I'm reading this for people who go in and or visit us later and listen to the podcast if they're driving. Cancer affects everyone in different ways. What works for one doesn't work for someone else. And sometimes you go against the wall and see what sticks. And it is mentally draining. And we are all here for each other. I totally agree. I couldn't say it better myself. Because it's a journey. It's a trip. And some people don't even like to hear that it's a journey, I found out. So there's a whole feeling about that. And I understand, because some people, it might just be objectionable. I don't know. But we're all different. We're all human. And we all have our own opinions. I did start going, and I'm going to tell anybody who has this available to them. I've never had the opportunity to go to a support group because it just wasn't available. I didn't know about it the first time. Then COVID came along and I found out about it, but then they didn't have Zoom or anything set up. So I just started going to a cancer support group 2 weeks ago on Monday. So this week was our second week. And it's only 6 weeks long, but so far I've already learned quite a bit. They gave us a workbook and we get little assignments and we get to judge how well we think we're going to get things done. And I may do online support because as this kind of moves along, and it's only 6 weeks, but I think I can finish the 6 weeks I'm in right now. But excuse me. But after that, I'll probably just do online. But yeah, they gave us a workbook and everything, and I like the assignments that we get. And after only 2 weeks, we got all kinds of different people and different cancers, and everybody is just so supportive. And it was so we all gelled so easily together. I think there's about maybe 10 or 12 people in the room, including the two facilitators that are called nurse navigators. We actually stayed like an extra 20 minutes and nobody was checking their watch or anything. We just organically finished before going out to the thunderstorm. And I just walked across the parking lot in the rain and just enjoyed every second of it. There wasn't any thunder. It was just nice cold rain. Good. I'm glad to see. So yeah, online supports, I guess you could probably just Google because you could meet with people all over the world, really. And where Teresa is, they have a support group as well. I love that picture of you, Teresa. I just have to tell you. And the kitty cat with the purple eyes. I think my neighbor really likes your cat, Purring Lady. And yes, Derek, it is so helpful. And there are a few caregivers there, because they're driving the patients there, and different relationships, and stuff. So I invited JJ to go, and he said, "No, I really think that you need to have something that's just yours, And as much as I think it would be beneficial for you, JJ, I appreciate that too, because it is something where I can just go in and, just talk about whatever with whoever. So yeah, I agree with that. I'll be 3 of us are actively being treated right now. So there's a good amount of distance. It's on a floor that is segregated from everything. And but I've got some really adorable masks that I'm ready to sport. I have one sitting in front of me right now. I like having my own mask. Oh, here's my Mickey mask. This one's old. But I like having my own mask because I can put in what do you call those? A HEPA filter. I can cut it up and put it in there and just have a fresh one. And I think I'm just more worried about what would come through somebody sneezing or coughing, to be honest. But I like being able to put some softener in there, and it smells so good. Yeah, we've got masks ready to go. Derek.
I don't know about being a smart guy, but
Derek, you just want to. Hey, Derek, you can see JJ on a video if you go look at my. We did a breakfast pizza video Sunday, and I put it out today, and I can't find the link to post it. I'll see if I can find it. JJ, will you talk for a minute because I need to drink some water?
okie dokie. I'm not sure what I would talk about. No, it's so funny because there's a couple of sides to going through cancer. You have the person that's going through it, and then the person that has to deal with them going through it. And there's nothing you can do. You just try to deal with it. like there's nothing I can do to make her not go through it. You you feel kind of helpless. You really do. So I just do whatever makes it so that she can make it through, and that'll make it so I can make it through. So yeah.
So that's our Pies of March thing. I have a bee cap that a friend got me because I say be kind at the end of our videos, and then my brother got me this bejeweled looking fancy hat that's blue. It matches my eyes. That's why he got it for me. But we do have to have fun with it. You got to find the humor and the laughter wherever you can, to be honest. Yes. Of course he is. Thank you, Lynn.
Well, that beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Whatever.
I'm kidding.
And yeah,
I guess.
I agree. Having anybody in your life who can be there with you to support you is what it's all about. I have friends who aren't married, but they've got such a strong network of friends that, people take turns driving them here, driving them there. And your family is who they are. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So, I think a lot of us have pets, and I find that my dogs who will not, well, right now their beds are in the wash machine, but they don't leave my side. I went into the guest room last night because I wasn't sleeping and I was up and down all night long, and I didn't want to, JJ had to work this morning, so I just didn't want to keep him awake. And the dogs, they won't, if I'm sitting in the living room, they won't leave my side. And if I get up, they follow me everywhere I go. They're such a joy and a comfort. And Purring Lady, obviously you like cats. I feel like pets are very intuitive as well to, what we have going on. Don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah. Our dogs are very attentive to her, and they want to growl at me if I get near her. So it's like, whatever, dude.
Well, I'm the one that feeds them their good food. I mean, that's part of it.
That's really, yeah, that's
If
really.
it was up to you, they would eat kibble all the time.
The beard chain, and that's all there is to it.
I'm making them like, here's some tri-tip honey with rice and peas. Would you like blueberries today? Yeah. Oh, I agree. Pets are just incredibly intuitive.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, see, they totally know. I agree. Yep. Well, I think we all are animal lovers here. And if you live on a farm or you have a ranch, you definitely have lots of animals. That's one thing I would like. I would like to live on a farm just so I could have a barn cat or 5. It'd be kind of fun. I don't want one in the house. I think our dogs would lose it. I think at their age, they wouldn't want to deal with that. So we tried to get another dog one time, and oh my God.
One dog would have an issue. The other dog would love him to death.
Daisy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Leo, he would be like, this is my house. If you don't go over there, and don't you go over there, and that's all my stuff. You don't have stuff. This is my stuff. Yeah. Leo's like, this is my house. Right, Dad?
I'm just thinking about we adopted very briefly. We adopted a Siberian Husky, Bo, and we then later, of course, we adopted him because there was like they had to adopt the dogs out, so we adopted him right away. But then we found out that they're escape artists, I was going through treatment, and it was the kind of treatment where I couldn't really take the dog for a super long walk. It would have been, that was when I was going through radiation. And there was no way I was going to be out walking that much at that point. And oh my God, you guys, Leo weighs like 8 pounds soaking wet. And Bo was only about 15 or 20 pounds. He was smaller than Daisy, and she's 15 pounds. Man, Leo took exception to that dog.
Leo threw down, man. He threw down. And all that Bo had to do was go, whatever.
But he wouldn't, because he was a baby and he was respectful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a trip.
Yeah. But Bo went to live with one of my very good friends. So,
and she's a runner, so Bo gets to go out and run with her. She runs marathons, 5 or 6 a year.
She runs all the time. But yeah, I get to see pictures of him and all that stuff. He's getting, he probably weighs 80 pounds now.
Yeah, he's beautiful.
Yeah, he is beautiful.
He is so beautiful. I'm going to try and make sure that that's okay. It's off. I'm going to try turning off the sound here.
The sound of what?
Now I probably can't hear you. Yeah, I didn't turn it off at the right spot. So I'm not going to.
What, you can't hear me now?
Say something, JJ.
Something, JJ.
Thank you. I figured it out. Now I don't know why I have to see that, but now I can see it. I have a question for people in the chat. Did you see any kind of a commercial come through? I tried something different where I pushed this through YouTube prior to the live, and YouTube said that they would put out conservative ads like every 18 to 20 minutes. If you see that, please let me know. We have a question here that I want to. Oh, okay. We're going to go up a little bit. Hello, Nyla. Thank you for joining us. And Mama Roo, dear, thank you. Or DAR, you must be in Arkansas. Welcome. Yeah, I think animals definitely know. So the praying lady is asking, did I have any sense that my cancer returned? And yeah, my face was very flushed, actually. Now I feel really pale. I'm more red today because of the steroids. But wouldn't you say I've been a lot paler lately, JJ? Except when it's steroid.
Yeah, a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Like my neck is always flushed all the time. And like right now, this is as red as I get now. But I've always been ruddy skinned ever since I was a little kid. I burned and peeled all summer long and grew up in California, totally the wrong place for that kind of skin. But I had a feeling, okay, now that I look back, yes, I was nervous because my not my A1C. When you have colon cancer, they do a cancer marker test, and the short version of the name of it is CEA. And my CEA had been well below 2 for over 18 to 20 months when I had taken the pills. And so it was under 2, under 2, under 2. And then it crept up to 2.2 or 2.3, I think, honey.
Like 2.1, I think.
In September.
2.1. We're like, oh, we need to keep an eye on that.
I was nervous about it, but my doctor said, we could go in right now if you want. We could do a CAT scan, or we can just kind of have a wait and see attitude, because we were already scheduled to do a heavier battery of tests in January. And my cancer, every time it comes back, it gets aggressive and it grows quickly. And so I really don't know when I'm going to learn my lesson. Maybe that's why I'm still on this earth. But I said, no, we'll we'll just go ahead and wait. I mean, it's just barely up and over it. Maybe it'll go back down.
And
And
well, I mean, in your defense, it wasn't all that long from when you got the 2.1, and we're like, yeah, it's
yeah,
it moved a little, but yeah, I mean that's just the nature of the beast.
but it was just a tiny move.
Right. It wasn't like, oh, it was
It was
0.5
under
and all
2
of a
and then it
sudden
was
it's
5.
5. Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh my God. We finish each other's sentences. Okay. So yes. So that it was in the back of my head. Then I got this one like dot on my eye, and then I got nervous that maybe I had skin cancer. And that was in like December. So then I started really kind of freaking out. My hair went from being really curly to really straight, like literally overnight. That freaked me out. And then when I went in and got my CEA, the test results came back that it was 8.6, 8 point something. So it had like quadrupled. And that was it. I mean, we knew then. And then we got the CAT scan and the PET scan, and it just confirmed it. But I was also very, 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 very tired, and I couldn't put my finger on why I was so tired. And they tell you that is one of the symptoms you can get. I also had really bad stomach pain in the right lower quadrant of my stomach, my right. And I attributed that to some medication I was taking to lower my A1C. And it turns out that's where the clusters are. So this is one of the first times I literally had pain where they found the cancer. So I was nervous about that. I was thinking, oh my God, please don't be in my liver. And praise God, it was not. So so we're doing the chemo. We're going to check my PET scan in 3 months. Now we're down to 2 months from now. And we're going to see if it's diminishing. And JJ, I told you guys this on a video. JJ made a really good comment that I have to imagine when I get upset about having the runs, because that's a side effect, that I need to imagine that those runs are just dragging those cancer cells out with them. I like that thought.
It's got to go somewhere.
It sure does. It needs to get the heck out of my body. Okay, so Derek, thank you. No commercials. Teresa's not seen any. Okay, thank you, everybody. So maybe they'll just do that when it gets rebroadcast. That's cool.
So there are some questions in there for you.
Okay. Oh yeah, see, that was one of the questions, and I was just sitting here trying to look at the camera. Yes, I was experiencing the fatigue. Yeah, definitely. Like at the office, when I had to go to the office for work, because we're in a hybrid environment, if I could have taken the 2-block walk over to my car and just spent my 20-minute leftover time for lunch sleeping in my car, I would have. We don't have any rooms where you can go and just lay down and rest. I guess I could have pushed that, but I didn't. So when I go back to work, I'm going to, though. I'm gonna see if we can't find a quiet room where I could take a break in the afternoon. They have a lactation room. I could probably use that. Never thought to even ask about that. Dear Daryl, is there precautionary measures to take in order to find out? Well, I think blood tests, Daryl. Some blood tests will show. I had a colonoscopy. That's where they actually detected it, was a colonoscopy, because I had had really bad bowel changes. And when I explained them to my doctor and that they had been going on for a little while, man, he got me right in for a colonoscopy. And they got an answer right away. And I was in surgery within a month of the gastroenterologist suspecting that I had cancer. So I thought that was really quick movement on all their parts, because you have to get all, then there were tests to do and there was insurance issues and I had to get my work stuff worked out. And it went very fast, but uh, I don't think they did any blood tests or anything until I had had my colon resection. I think they never had taken a blood test before that, probably because maybe there wasn't a point. I could go back and look.
No,
I wouldn't have understood it.
You're right. They didn't, other than a normal, blood panel.
Okay.
They never did any of that. And then when you went in and got your resection, then they were like, well, we need to get you in. So then I went in and had a colonoscopy, and I had many polyps in there. Matter of fact, the doctor who was retiring said you had many polyps in there. They hadn't seen that many come out of a human being, apparently. But anyway,
to be fair, you're really tall. Maybe you just have a long
I don't know, but I'm glad that that's gone, and I've had another one since, and I had a couple more polyps, but not 15 like I did the first time. So,
but once they scrape them out, they can't turn into anything. So that's the good part. And so we have another. So Mama Roo is saying that their cancer is aggressive and doesn't show up on scans. So yeah, my blood work. I don't think that specific markers were looked for until before I started what was supposed to be preventive chemo, because it was only staged at like 2, maybe 2A or something like that. It had not gone, supposedly it hadn't gone through my outer colon wall, but clearly it had, because wasn't there a shadow that they saw floating around and they were like, maybe.
Yeah, but for your colon cancer, though, matter of fact, your surgeon didn't necessarily think that you'd even
need chemo. Yeah, she said just go see this guy and make sure, but I don't think you're going to need it. But I'm glad that I got it now, because it could have gone all over the place.
Nothing showed up in what are those called? Like in the ducts or whatever.
Lymph nodes.
Yeah, nothing showed up in the lymph nodes, or
my lymph nodes have always been clear. Yeah.
So,
because I've had 4 surgeries now, right? Had my colon resected.
Yeah.
Then I had the hysterectomy. That's when it went to stage 4. Then
3.
Then radiation, and then the omentum.
Yeah.
And this time there are too many dippy dots to go in and get them all cleaned out.
That's right.
So they started to answer this question. When did they start your blood work? It was post-operative is when they started doing that. And it's before they put me on the chemo, because my guess is that it helped them decide what chemotherapy regimen they would put me on.
Right. That's when they started getting your CEA numbers.
Mm-hmm. Is that a different test than the one called Signatara? I have not ever heard the term Signatara, so I think it isn't. I'm going to Google CEA, because I can't say it without reading it, and I'll still hammer it out. CEA test for colon cancer. It is a blood test. This is an AI overview from Google. As the CEA test is a blood test that measures the level of a protein called carcinoembryonic antigen. I like CEA a lot better. It's produced by certain types of cancer cells, including those in colon cancer. Somebody commented last week that they, on a video of mine, or maybe listening to this after the broadcast started, that he had lung cancer, and he thought the CEA exam was just for that. But colon cancer, a regular path for colon cancer is that it would travel to the lungs and or the liver. So I could see where lung cancer would do that, because like they really focus in, they do more tests now on lung tissues and things like that, and liver, what my liver numbers are like. So I could see where it would be that. Now I'm going to look up the Signatara.
She said
And
it may,
I think you
they
spelled
said
it right.
may be off on the spelling. So,
Oh, that's interesting. Um, so that is, they look for a ctDNA, and it looks for mutations. This is like a law. I would say look it up, you guys. I can put this in here if anybody wants to try and grab it and read for yourself. It's a lot. Sorry. It just said it's a liquid biopsy that detects circulating tumor DNA, which is called ctDNA, in the blood of patients with certain types of cancers. And it monitors for cancer recurrence, assess treatment response, and identifies minimal residual disease, or MRD.
and they say they're on FOLFOX. So,
Oh,
yeah. So she was on FOLFOX.
I was on that.
The first infusion time. Yep.
Yeah. Do you have Avastin too? I'm curious. Oh man, I am way behind on comments. Oh my goodness gracious. And then I hit that link like 5 times. Sorry guys, that's messy. Just gonna leave the one. So Mama Ru, are you on FOLFOX with anything? Okay, so Avastin isn't part of yours then, probably. Okay. See, and I think it all depends on the doctors. Did you have okay, you have stomach. Okay, I'm catching up. Oh wow. See, so they're all so different, and the tests are different. I think FOLFOX is used for a lot of different things.
Right.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, and it's not considered curative. Well, I've been told that now too. So I'm gonna probably I won't get a break anymore. I'll probably have to go on maintenance chemo for the rest of my life. So, I'm gonna work really, really hard to just keep it at bay. I want to keep my body strong and be a diet, exercise, even if I'm just out walking. It's better than not going out and walking. And we have a really nice park around us. So, even if it's not considered curative, I want to say that I did get, after taking that, I got about a year and a half break. Then I did some pills, which is full flurry, the 5FU, the full part of FOLFOX. I got about an 18-month break, and then I did some the pill version of that. And then I got another 18-month break, and that's where we are here. But the doctor said this time we'll probably move to doing something on a very regular basis. And so then that will become the new normal, and I'll get used to that. I have dear friends who've had, we have a friend who has very advanced, I'm not going to be able to do it, JJ, what our friend's cancer. Ovarian cancer. And when I heard that, I mean, I was really scared, because I think of Gilda Radner, and that didn't turn out well for her, but it was a long time ago. And our friend has been battling it like a trooper as long as I've been going through this, hasn't she?
Yeah.
It's been about the same length of time. And I feel like her cancer regimen is way, way more invasive than mine has ever thought about being. Yeah. You got your ball sack? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too. I'm wondering if I'll end up having I don't know what I'm going to have for the maintenance. As we move forward, we will definitely be finding out more information, and I'll be sharing it with you guys because all I'm doing is doing what I'm doing, you know. Um, I want to go through all these.
So
Thank
Derek,
you.
no, no, I don't take over that stuff. I want her to feel as normal as possible.
Thank you.
I'm just saying.
No, no.
Feel as normal as
That's the
possible.
closet door. That's the seedling door. That's where all the seeds are. Oh, that's funny. No, Derek, I made a good dinner last night. I couldn't eat it because my stomach was upset. I made the best Yorkshire pudding I've ever made in my entire life last night, and I couldn't eat any of it.
But I did.
Yeah, you did. He ate a 9 by 13 pan of it.
It was awesome.
Yeah, there is a lot of cancer now, and I don't think it's because they're capturing it. I honestly think that it's because of the food. I'm going to say it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she would be all over this right here.
Oh man, I loved Gilda Radner so much. And she was
Yeah.
from Detroit. My mom was from Detroit, and she was the funniest lady. Her and oh my God, I'm drawing such huge blanks. JJ, the Incredible Shrinking Woman.
Oh, Lily Tomlin.
Lily Tomlin. And she's from Detroit. It's like all these funny women are from Detroit. But I'm going to look that up. Thank you so much. Now you've made my day at least 2 times already. And you're welcome for being, it just seemed like the right thing to do, you know? I needed a sounding board, and I think everybody needs a sounding board in a safe place, right? No one has to come on and show their face or anything, but you still have a voice and you still have an opinion. And it's just nice to be able to have the conversation. Sometimes I feel weird, like I'm one-sided and I'm talking too much. But I do want to facilitate as many conversations that are open and honest as I can and let people see what this is all like. Okay, now I'm gonna see who's a true fan right now. Does anybody remember Let's Talk Dirty to the Animals? Because that was a really funny song. And no, we cannot sing it on this channel. But yeah, she was very, very funny. I think we all loved her very much. But I'm going to go check that out. I am really excited about that.
So we're at 58 minutes, just so you know.
We are. I just see that. Thank you very much. We're at the 59-minute mark, and I'm going to get loopy from the meds that I took about an hour and 45 minutes ago. Okay, Teresa, I'm not going to put a link out there. It's okay. She curses. I'm going to put it out there. There's some Let's Talk Dirty to the Animals. Okay, it says it all, but it is very funny. Rebecca, what video I'm talking about? Oh, I'm talking.
I think it was Talk Dirty to the Animals.
I was talking about a Gilda Radner song that she made in like the probably late 70s, early 80s. It was a live thing, and people were just naughty in the 80s, weren't they? In the 70s? I'm telling you. But if you are offended by cussing, you do not listen to that song. I'm just going to put it out there. That's why I'm not going to even, talk about the words, but it was in my childhood and I found it shockingly hilarious.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to listen to it with your 4-year-old grandchild.
No.
Put it that way.
No. I wouldn't listen to it with my 16-year-old grandchild. Thank you, Julie. Thank you. We're just going to keep going through this. I've got 4.5 months of treatment now. And no, there was no filter there. You are
She
correct.
was, Derek. She was, Derek.
Yeah, she was. Gilda Radner had married Gene Wilder, and he actually started, I think, a big foundation after she passed, or maybe even before she passed. So yeah, and you know what, you guys, comedy gets me through a lot of things. And when if especially if it was something that was so silly or shocking, and maybe things I didn't even understand as a child, it's even more funny now that I'm an adult and I understand what I didn't understand. So watch Laugh-In. It's a whole different experience when you're not 4 years old. They were just funny characters to me, but it was very political.
I think it's funny watching all of those older shows like Laugh-In and all that stuff. They're coming out and they're all smoking cigarettes and got a drink in their hand. Oh, that's crazy.
And the humor was different too. So we're gonna let you guys go, but the commitment is that if I can make it through today, I can make it through I'm gonna call them my treatment Wednesdays. So we're going to plan on doing this every Wednesday at 4, and we'll keep it from like 4 to 5 as much as we can. But if somebody has extra questions or something, we are more than happy to stay on for whatever period of time. But I'm committed to letting people who are interested in seeing what my treatment is going to be like and what I'm going to go through. It is never the same for two people. See, my head's starting to itch, and can't let that get to my brain. But anyway, you'll come along with me.
That's all right, honey.
You're all going to support me. I'm going to support you. You guys are going to support each other in here, and we're just going to do it. So, Cindy, thank you for coming in. I will stay strong, and thank you very much. And I think that's a good time for all of us to say a prayer for each other, say a prayer to yourself, say a prayer for yourself. And best thing you can do is to look for something beautiful in every day that you can have some gratitude for, even if it's a ladybug crawling on your windshield. There's always something pretty to see, and something that you can be grateful for. So JJ, what are you going to say?
Thank you for coming in and
wait.
And staying with us, everybody. And
before we go,
go ahead, Shell.
Before we go, Julie, that is really awesome. That is really awesome. You will get scanxiety, okay? It's going to happen. But so many people, mine had obviously escaped and went into my ovary, which is very odd, okay? So please don't think that my situation is going to be like most. My doctor did tell me that it was very odd. It was like 1 in 10,000 or something women that it would happen to. So please don't be scared, but allow yourself to be nervous, because everybody in here who has cancer, everybody in here is going to say they go through it every single time they get a test. Because once you've had that diagnosis, it's never going to leave your brain, but it's okay. And I am going to pray extra hard for you. I really am. So we will see you guys. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you for those coming in later to listen. Thanks for those who are here and haven't said anything. We know you're out there and we love you. And we'll see you next Wednesday at 4 o'clock. And because I have to do the brat diet, watch for my applesauce canning video that I made in January and haven't released yet, because I will be popping that bad boy open more than likely in the next hour. So there will be a video this weekend.
Thanks for spending time with us, everybody. See you later, everybody.
Be kind.